Coinbase has launched their beta version of their NFT marketplace. So we've been waiting for this for a while. It's gotten a lot of hype. Now a small group of users on the wait list have access to it. So the marketplace supports Ethereum-based NFTs and has a social media spin. The platform is going to let users showcase their personal profile and follow accounts whose content will appear in their For You feed. Users will also be able to like and comment. So I think we've brought up on the show a bunch, NFTs being the next version of social media, the next version of online communities. And now we're seeing a marketplace kind of build something that looks like social media. So, I have a few thoughts on this, but Zach, I'm going to kick it down to you first. Do you think that Coinbase can gobble up some of that NFT marketplace share?
I think so. They're a big player in the space, and I think people who maybe have been, curious about what this NFT thing is, and they have a Coinbase account, they don't want to necessarily bother with, MetaMask or trying to link that to OpenSea, the more on-chain marketplaces. I think Coinbase is smart to sort of roll out a middle ground here for some of those users who say, okay, maybe I should try this NFT thing, but really my only gateway to the crypto economy is my Coinbase account. So if they are able to sort of serve that market segment, I think that they might thrive there, right? It may not be for people who are hardcore OpenSea users, and that's fine, right? There's a lot of optionality built out across the crypto industry. And so for some folks who want that more, centralized touch, that custodial finesse, this may be the play rather than the more Wild West on-chain sort of ethos of the Rareables, the OpenSeas of the world. But I will say the NFT marketplace space is getting rather crowded. We heard FTX get into this space. Coinbase now has its thing. I think Crypto.com, you name it, right? There's all these centralized players who are getting involved. There are also sort of these on-chain marketplaces across a number of networks, be it Tezos, Solana, Ethereum, you name it. So it is getting really crowded in a market that's kind of cooled off. I don't know if there's going to be a ton of volume to support all these different options and all these different users. But right now, sort of as the data indicates, the vast majority of on-chain NFT volume is existing on OpenSea. So it'll be interesting to see if Coinbase can chip into some of those numbers, or if it's just another user subset entirely, and it's additive. Who knows? We'll see. George, throwing it your way.
Yeah, I think any casual crypto fan should actually be overjoyed. I'm saying a lot of nice stuff today, aren't I? NFTs are the thing that got a lot of people into crypto, and Coinbase is the exchange that most Americans think about when they think of cryptocurrency. So that's probably pretty exciting for people who like crypto and who like NFTs. Before I throw it to the NFT queen who actually knows what she's talking about, I think there are a couple of interesting things here, and one is nice and one is probably not. I'll go nice first. The quote's from the article. Let me read this. The marketplace, or no, this is not the nice one. This is not, the not so nice one. How about that? The marketplace will start off with 0 transaction fees, parentheses, besides Ethereum gas costs. Isn't that the thing that got people really mad about using NFTs? They were priced out because they just spent $300 to buy a $100 picture of a cat. LOL. That's really the main criticism there. The nice thing I'll say is that the idea of progressive decentralization that Coinbase says is part of their plans is something that I'm seeing a lot more often now, and I think it's actually kind of cool. Obviously, as a Bitcoiner, I prefer, the immaculate conception of a fully decentralized system from day one, but that's obviously just not possible now. So it's really kind of cool to see these things coming on and say, okay, we're not centralized now, but we have a way to get there. I think that's kind of cool. So that's my sort of nice thing to say. Jen, anything to say about NFTs?
I was going to bring up the progressive decentralization bit too. I thought that was really interesting. So they said that certain features are going to start off centralized, but will eventually move on chain. And this includes user comments and follower graphs, which can move from platform to platform. And that is an interesting way to look at the future of social media, I think. But what's kind of mind-boggling for me is in Web 2, in the current state of the interwebs, you have your bank, you have your online banking, and you have your social media. And those two things are very separate, right? And if we look at Web 3, Coinbase is kind of like the online bank of Web 3. But now it's like they also want to be your social media. And so I wonder how users are going to react to that and what kind of mind shift it's going to take. I think it's really interesting. I think it could work for them. And Coinbase is doing a lot of interesting and out of the box things. You know, they started as an exchange. Now they're getting into Hollywood film production with the Bored Ape Yacht Club. They're going to have this platform where people can comment and like and share and build communities. And so I think it will be interesting to see how this kind of like bank can gain user sentiment in maybe a way that we hadn't seen before. So that's how I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I think something that is a problem in NFT world and art NFT world is exploring and finding new projects. So if Coinbase can bring a social media aspect to this actually could be something great for NFTs, right? That's sort of my big criticism of NFTs anyway. So I actually had a brain blast about a really bold claim. So it's been conference season, right? And a Bitcoiner I really respect said something about using NFTs for concert and event tickets. And that actually felt like something that would really work well. So is Coinbase going to go and buy StubHub and compete with Ticketmaster? Maybe. Some spicy speculation. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know. If they're going to go all in on NFTs, you might as well do stuff.
There are some cool NFT ticket projects that I think have partnered with Ticketmaster, but I stand to be corrected.
Zach,
you sound like you look like you know.
I think you're talking about Yellowheart. There's some couple projects that have been doing that stuff for a bit, but could be interesting. Interestingly, I think this is interesting to me. Coinbase stock was down on this news about 4%. Thought this would be a little shot in the arm for mainstream investors trying to get access to the NFT sector through a big crypto blue chip. But no, down about 3% on the day.